Congress needed something impressive looking to sign when Congress came back into session. So on the 19th of July, 1776, it was decreed that a fine copy be engrossed on parchment paper. So I had a big job to do. Fortunately, we had these printed copies to go by. When you're using typeface to write a document, you can get a lot more words on the paper than if you were writing it out by hand. This paper is 19 by 14 inches or so, but a handwritten copy is going to be much bigger. This official copy is 29 and 3/4 inches by 24 and 1/4 inches. Well, there was going to be a lot of calculating to do. First of all, you needed to understand exactly how you wanted the text to appear, figure out how to put the sentences all even on one side and keep the paragraphs from looking all choppy on the other side. And well, you needed to count all the words. There are 1,337 words. You had to scribe very fine pencil lines on the paper all the way down so that the sentences would be even and level. You need to figure out how big the text was going to be on the paper so there would be room at the bottom for the signatures and room at the top for the title. You might want to write up a couple of practice copies just to see how it's going to look, that everything will look neat and balanced on either side. Very impressive, you see. Well, when you're satisfied that you had everything ready, you went to work. Slowly, carefully, concentrate. A quill pen will hold enough ink to write 4 or 5, maybe 6 words before you have to dip it back in the ink again, so there's no hurry. You might make a mistake now and then, but that's all right. Just let the ink dry, and then you can shave it right off with a very sharp blade. That's possible on parchment paper. Well, then once you're satisfied with the finished product, well, all I had to do was inform Charles Thomson, Secretary of Congress, who informed John Hancock, President of Congress, who chose August the 2nd, 1776, as the date to sign the official copy of the Declaration of Independence. Job done. Well, of course, as they say, the rest is history. The Declaration of Independence has been admired and displayed all over the world. I might be so bold as to say that it is actually a work of art, and as such it has been examined and questioned and queried by experts and students alike. I'm constantly getting questions about it. Some more came in today, and I'd be glad to share them with you. Question: why are the words "of the 13 United" so small compared to the rest of the title? Well, if you look at the July 4th print copy, you'll see that it doesn't say the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. That's because New York's delegation didn't vote until July 9th. So they couldn't say unanimous. But once they voted, well, you had to change the title. You wanted to reflect the fact that it was a unanimous declaration and highlight the idea that we were now states instead of colonies. Also, using a smaller set of words there allowed me to put the title on in only 2 sentences instead of 5, like the printed copy. And you remember I had to leave room at the bottom for the signatures, especially John Hancock's. Why did you put in all those dashes? Yes, the dashes throughout the text indicate where a new paragraph would be, and the old paragraph left off. If you look at a normal document, paragraphs generally start on the left-hand side of the text and are indented. Now, as I said, that would make the declaration look all choppy. So I only did that twice. The very first line is indented, and 6 lines from the bottom, it's indented at the beginning of the concluding paragraph. Right? Why do so many words have F's in them? It sounds funny when you read them. Well, those letters are not F's at all. They're actually S's, the old-fashioned long S that dates all the way back to ancient Roman times. If you examine the Declaration, you'll notice that those S's only appear where there are 2 S's in a word and never at the end of a word. They stick out like sore thumbs all over the printed copy. Eventually, printers got tired of getting those long S's mixed up with the actual F's in their type trays, so they simply stopped using them. Question. Were there any mistakes on the copy that you missed? Yes, as a matter of fact, there were 3 mistakes that I missed. When the document was examined by Congress on the 2nd of August, they noticed that there was 3 mistakes. 16 lines down, the word representative had the EN left out of it, and we had to put that back in. 11 lines from the bottom, the word only was left out of one of the sentences, and that had to be put back in to make sense. Directly under that, the word British was spelled with 2 T's. But in those days, spelling was a matter of opinion, so we just left it there. But you've got to give me credit. Only 3 mistakes out of 1,337 words isn't so bad. Question. Is there a secret map on the back of the Declaration of Independence? In a word, no. That is just an adventure story, totally fiction. People like adventure stories, and the more improbable they are, the more they seem to like them. But no, the Declaration of Independence is a national treasure all by itself. I'm glad you like it. Well, for the Second Continental Congress, I'm Timothy Matlack.